Well, hello there, everyone. How are you? Wonderful, spectacular, fantastic, great. So today, I'm giving you the lovely April movies recap that you didn't ask for, but you're getting anyways. I'm going to try my hardest not to talk a lot about each movie on this recap, because let me tell you something. April was bussin'. April was probably the most bussin' month when it came to movies. They had so many movies that came out in April. I actually couldn't watch all the movies that were released in April. So, that was the dream come true for me. I didn't think that I would see the day where I'm like, wow, I couldn't watch all the movies that came out this month. That's crazy. That's crazy for me. Now, granted, there was some movies that I rewatched, or 2 movies I watched twice, where I could have filled in the other slots, but April was awesome. There was a movie coming out every week. It was great. It was spectacular, and I hope we have more months that's like this. Not every month, get a little space in between there. Give us some room to rewatch some things for crackheads like myself. But yeah, April was bussin'. I can't remember the last time that there was a month where it was this many movies that were released that I wanted to watch. Having a great time over here. All right, so this month, or in April, for April, we watched Morbius, Ambulance, Sonic the Hedgehog, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore, and then The Northman. That's a lot, okay? And then that's what I watched. There was a few, like I said, that are still out that I plan on watching before Doctor Strange comes in and wipes it all away. Starting out with Morbius. So Morbius, I was really geeked to watch Morbius. It's with Marvel, but with Sony, of course, so linked with the Spider-Man, Venom world. I had great expectations getting into it, honestly. I did. I was very excited to watch it. I heard a lot of bad, terrible reviews about it. I did, but
that's never stopped me from watching something I want to watch.
So I went to the movies anyways to watch it, and I can understand where some of the bad reviews come in. But it wasn't that bad. People are trashing it maybe a little too harshly, in my opinion. But it was an overall really good movie. Now, the fighting scenes, the slow motion effects were really dope. Those are some of the best I've seen in a minute when it comes to action movies or superhero movies. Some movies tend to lack that slow motion effect and really get in the graphics in there when there's a fighting scene, and they did that a lot. They maybe did it a little too much, but for me it was great. Just seeing this and the sound effects with the fightings was really, really good, and I love that about the movie. Of course, Morbius is a guy. He's really sick. He's pretty much about to die. Then he does this experiment to help him live, which, oh my God, it happens to turn him into a vampire. Which he has to eat people's blood to live, so he's trying to navigate that world, trying to resist the urge to do that. And you have your good guys, you have your bad guys, other people in there in between fighting scenes. It gets ratchet, but overall it was good. It was not the best movie I've seen this year. It was not the best superhero movie I've seen, definitely not. I will not say that, but it was not that bad. It was better than Hellboy, and it was better than freaking New Mutants, okay? It was better than that. I'm all over the place. But Marvel's Eternals, that was an overall better movie. But I reacted more to the fighting scenes in Morbius than I did in Eternals. So, like I said, it was not the worst in my opinion. But it definitely could have been better. The plot, the story, the way it ended. Just kind of why did this happen? But yeah, so that's my take on Morbius. Now, Ambulance. Ambulance was a pleasant surprise for me. That was a very pleasant surprise for me. I wasn't too keen on watching this one. I wasn't oh my God, I must watch this. It wasn't like that. At the time I was like, you know what? I've watched Morbius. Nothing else is out now. Jake Gyllenhaal, can't go wrong with him. And I can't say the other guy's name correctly. You know what I'm talking about. He's acted in a lot of other movies, and he played in Aquaman as, what's his name? Black Manta. Black Manta. So yeah, Ambulance was pretty good. So how this movie is about, as you can see in the commercials, the trailers, they're 2 brothers, one black, one white. So we already know there's just a mixed thing going on there. So they're brothers. They go as brothers. Grew up together, all that good stuff. One is doing well off, one is not. He's struggling a little bit, needs money for Just for life, right? He presents him an opportunity, which is like, oh, we gotta rob a bank. Wonderful. To get this money to help him pay for his wife and his kid and all that good stuff. So he agrees to it, and then it turns into this big chase in an ambulance vehicle. So ambulance truck, van, whatever you call it. And this movie was like over 2 hours. It was like 2 hours and like 30 minutes, I think. I was in the movies for a good 2.5, 3 hours for the whole experience, including commercials. And I must say, this movie was lit. Like, I was engaged the whole time when I was watching this. There was not a moment where I was tired or bored. It was really, really good. Of course, the acting is good. You got these A-list actors in here. You know what I'm saying? That's a given. But the story was really good. Some parts may have been a little unrealistic, but these kind of movies normally are. But I wasn't even focused on that part. But the movie in itself, the way that they told the story, was good. I like that a lot. So if you haven't watched it, like, watch this. I wouldn't be keen on telling someone they have to watch Morbius, but The Ambulance, I'll be like, you should watch this. It's a really good movie. I was not expecting to like it as much as I did. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So I didn't watch Sonic. Sonic is about Sonic. I'm not about to go down the whole story summary for that. Oh, Sonic is the good guy. Dr. Robotnik is back. He's the bad guy. Fight. Back and forth. Ding! That's what you do, okay? I didn't watch that for myself. I watched that to just enjoy it with my sister. Sisters eventually, because I watched it twice. I didn't want to watch it twice, but it was tolerable enough for me to watch it twice. Go out twice to watch it with someone. I'll say that. But it was really good. It was funny. Excuse me. It was hilarious. And I actually liked this one more than the first one. The first Sonic was good. It was great. But the second one, I don't know. I don't know what it was. But I just enjoyed it a lot more than that first round of the Sonic movie. Yeah, very funny. I really you got to appreciate the diversity they have in there and how natural it feels. It doesn't feel overbearing or like they're doing too much. It feels natural and it's very, very diverse in the cast. I love that a lot. And then Knuckles. We got Knuckles in here in the mix, okay? Voiced by Idris Elba. What do you say? Like, that was the perfect pairing. And then he uses his natural accent, so it just made the character like all that more funny. It was hilarious. That I'll have to say that was what really made the movie super, super enjoyable for me and hilarious is Knuckles' character, him going his dialogue with Sonic and other characters. Very, very funny. The fighting scenes were dope. I probably like a little more like action scenes as far as like cool effects with the fighting. I probably would have liked a little bit more of that just personally, but overall it was really good. The fighting scenes I saw were great. There was some I was like, okay, Sonic, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, some little transformations in there. Then at the end, there's a little surprise for you. I won't say what it is or all that good stuff, but yeah, a little post-credit scene, or was it post-credit? Whatever, at the end of the movie, it gives you like a sneak peek into some things more. And I like that. You should too. I hope you do. Go watch. Definitely watch Sonic. By yourself or with your family, kids, whatever. Do it. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. This one I was the most excited to watch here. We got Michelle in here. Michelle Yo. Something like that. Don't do it. Don't attack me. But we already know she's a GOAT. She does the thing. She fights. She kicks your butt. She does it. She's a great actress. She was in Shang-Chi as well. I was like, she's a GOAT. You just see her GOAT. That's it. There's no other way to put it. This movie is about a woman living her regular, unhappy life. Then she finds out that there's like a multiverse of different versions of herself. And she needs to navigate through those different multiverses to save her world or the world or whatever she needs to save and conquer in this movie that I won't give more details on. This was my favorite movie of April. This is my favorite movie, and I did watch this one twice because I wanted to for myself. I watched it twice by myself. That's what I do. I'm a gangster.
I'm a beast.
The fighting was really good. The acting was spectacular.
Phenomenal.
The comedy, it was so freaking hilarious. It was so funny. It was just great. At one point, we had like a multiverse where you had hot dogs for fingers. That was hilarious. Like And this one, you could hear the crowd or the audience actually laughing and engaging with it. Really well done. I had very high expectations for it, and it exceeded that. Now, the only thing I'll say about this movie is 2 hours and 20 minutes. I felt like it could have been 2 hours instead of 2 hours and 20 minutes. I felt like some parts at the end were a little too drawn out. But when I watched it the second time, it didn't feel that way, which was weird. I'm like, how come the first time it felt like drawn out, but now it doesn't? So I'm conflicted on what I just said, which means I just wasted my time. But yeah, I still think maybe if it was a little shorter, it would be perfect. But overall, it was a really great story. The main character, the villain, the people she's fighting against, all of that stuff, the little twist in there, really good. And it does teach you the importance of family and like how your relationships really can shape a person and affect a person in a positive and negative way. It's really, really good. Definitely do not watch this with kids because they got some stuff in there that you might not want your kid to see yet. But really, really great film. I love this movie a lot. So after that, I watched The Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. I really cannot break down fully what was going on this movie. I was conflicted because I had not watched any of the other Fantastic Beasts films. I know it's a prequel to Harry Potter, which I was never a fan of. I have tried to get into Harry Potter. I probably watched 3 movies. I think 2 or 3 movies from beginning to end. Maybe a few times, but I just could never connect. I could never really gel with it like that. So I just gave up. And I was like, it looks fun. And I have no obligation to watch the other films to watch this. They're going to accept my movie ticket and they're going to let me walk in there and watch that movie. So that's what I did. That's exactly what I did. And I was pleasantly surprised. This was probably actually my second favorite movie I watched in April, to be honest with you, after Everything Everywhere All at Once. It was busting. It was really good. You got witches and wizardry and stuff like that, magic. It was really fun to watch and see that on the big screen. I watched that in RPX where, the screen stuff is better and all that good stuff. Cute. Like, there was like a scene in there where they were like in slow motion using the magic stuff. That I was like, oh, this is amazing. I'm so glad I watched this. And it made me think maybe I should watch the other Fantastic Beasts movies, I may want to get into that because this one was lit and I was fully engaged. And even though I hadn't watched the other ones, like it didn't matter. It was just that it was very enjoyable for me. Definitely would recommend that, even if you haven't watched the other ones. But if you have, why haven't you watched it yet? Do better. But yeah, the little creature that they have in there, I guess it's linked to the other ones where you kneel and stuff, like when you can tell that someone is pure of heart and stuff. For some reason, just seeing that just warmed my little heart. I was like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. I can't handle this. Yeah, I don't even know why I even said that. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. All right, and lastly, The Northman. Snuck that in on April 30th. Let's go. Okay? The Northman. It's about this man, okay? This man is set in the old times. Back in the days, okay? His father is killed. Is murdered. He witnesses, he can see this. So he's off. He grows up and is off on a quest for vengeance to avenge the death of his father. Okay. A classic revenge movie. When I walked in here, one of the guys that worked there, he was like, okay, it's a weird movie, but it's weird, but it's a good weird. And I was like, I can handle that. I can dig that. And he was so right. Like, this movie was it was good. It was weird, definitely. Like little rituals and stuff like that. But it is a good weird. It made sense, and it worked with the story and the overall plot. You gotta think, back in the day, we didn't have TV and smartphones and stuff. All you could do was create children, have them watch them, and then do other weird stuff and fight and kill people. That's all you could do back in the day. I'm glad I'm not in that time at all. Thank you, Lord. But, it makes sense why they would tap into these different things. People still do now. And then there's this woman played by Anna Taylor-Joy or something like that. She inspires him and keeps his head straight and works with him to help avenge his father's death and to restore the kingdom, all that good stuff. So Alexander Skarsgård or whatever, dude was buff, huge. Okay, I was like, dang, he really packed on some weight for this role. But it was really good. I liked the overall story, the revenge plot, and then like little twists and turns of, understanding things about your life and your family. Really, really love that aspect of it. So I would actually recommend watching that for sure. That's my recap for the movies for April. Everything Everywhere All at Once and The Secrets of Dumbledore. Those are my top 2 favorites. I like The Northman a lot. Sonic was great. Ambulance was great. Morbius is great. And yeah, there's some other stuff that's come out, like The Bad Guys, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, and then Memory with Liam Neeson. He always finds a way to sneak in there. I'll definitely be catching up with. April was great for movies, and I really hope we continue this. Like, give me more movies. Yes, please, and thank you. And then that is all. That is all, you guys. So let me know what you guys think. I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. CeCe, Clemons, Vibin, Weirdo. Drink your water. Drink the water. Peace.